What's up, YouTube? Bazamalite. Hey, beauties and beautiful gents. Jireh here, back again with Coco Cares. So grateful, guys. I'm so grateful. If you are new, I appreciate you clicking on this video, clicking on this channel, and if you're a continuous person, I appreciate you. I had, so I know like more people are watching these videos. I'm so excited. I had this one girl like DM me and she was like, I love how you never wear makeup. And I was like, thank you. Like, well, I mean, sometimes I do contour, but she was like, yeah, like all the other YouTubers wear like a face full of makeup and you're so natural and real and relatable. And I was like, oh my God, that means so much. Cause I remember one time, my mom was telling me like, honey, you should have like, you know, a plan for your videos, and then you should edit them, and then you should do this and you should do that, and you should always change your shirts, and you know, like put like mascara on, like all this stuff. And I was just like, Mom, I want to look my best, but like in being comfortable in my own skin, you know, like honestly, I don't want to spend 2 hours to get ready to shoot like a 30-minute video, you know, like I want people to know that this is a growth journey for me as well as it is for them. And I'm not like this picture perfect somebody sitting on a poster board telling you like this is what it looks like to have made it, you know, like I'm making it just as y'all are making it. So she was like, oh, okay, I understand. And the biggest thing for me is like my skincare. I am obsessed with skincare, you know? I think really a lot of times I feel like, well, I don't want to speak for everyone else, but the reason I had got into doing makeup, because you guys, I used to beat my face. I used to be flawless, you know, and the reason I got into that is because I had really bad acne, and then I got a lot of acne scars, and so I was like trying to find ways to cover up those acne scars, and I got really good at makeup. But then when I started growing up and learning more about skincare, and I started getting facials, and I was just like, I love my face. Because when you put on makeup, all you're doing is creating an even canvas to then contour it and shape it however you see fit, you know? But I was like, I love every part of my face, you know? I love, you know, my nose and my eyes and my lips, and I'm not trying to restructure or anything. I just want to perfect what is already perfected and let that glow. And so when that girl was like, I love that you don't wear makeup, I was like, amen, people are seeing this. But anyway, it just kind of rolls into what I'm going to be talking about today, you guys. Accepting your flaws, you know, accepting who you are. And this is a channel, a growth community. You guys know my heart is really for young children, and I feel as though if we can start with ourselves and knowing who we are and being accountable for ourselves and understanding the decisions that we're making and being in a right, healthy, sober mind, you know, and we're out there pursuing greatness instead of just chasing love. When we do find that love, it's going to be the love that's meant to be, because we're going to be so focused that any love that is not, you know, the right kind of love, which there is really only one love, any love that's not the right kind of love, that's not adding, uplifting, or, you know, making you greater for men and women, it'll just roll off your shoulders, and it won't be no sweat about it. But you know, when you're out there chasing love, you're willing to almost compromise yourself and your values and your morals and your standards, because you're like, oh, I need this. And to be real, you don't need that. You need you know, and you need the Lord, and you need your purpose, and you need to revolutionize the world, because that is what is going to make greatness happen for us. But anyways, so today, guys, we're talking about accepting your flaws. And this one is really big to my heart. I say that, I think, in all my videos, because all of them are really big to my heart. Everything that I'm learning and growing through is really big to my heart. But when I was younger, I had issues. Well, that's why, okay, let me just start. That's why I'm always talking about like, don't worry about other people. Worry about yourself. You know, like, what do you want to get right with yourself? Where are you? Where do you want to be? And what is going to require for you to get there? You know, where's your mental, your spiritual, your physical, your business? Like, where is all that? And focus on that, because I believe when you focus on that, you don't have time to worry about someone else, you know? And when you're doing the work to strengthen your mind and grow in knowledge, then it's more about what you care about and not what the world cares about. It's not about others' opinions, but it's about your opinion. If you are, let's say for instance, if you're a heavyset person but you are eating right and you're working out and that's just the way your body falls and you're confident in that, if somebody were to come and tell you like, oh, you need to lose weight or you need to try this or you need to do that, you're going to be like, bye, you know, bye, because you already know you're doing what's necessary for yourself. This is your natural state. You're in your healthy state. You're in your healthy mind, opposed to you not taking accountability for yourself and not, you know, being proactive about your health and about your eating or even about your working out, even if that is walking. And then you thinking that like, okay, I'm this size because I want to be, and just because I just don't do the work, you know, like we don't promote laziness over here. But if that is the state that you're in, if someone says like, oh, you need to do this or you need to do that or you need to try that, sometimes that takes a really big hit on our mental state and our self-esteem, because you're thinking like, oh yeah, they're right, or, you know, all this other stuff. Or you go into this defense mode of like, you know, I am who I want to be and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you're just being mediocre and lazy, you know? So that's why I always say start with understanding who you want to be, where you are at. And so the reason I grew into that understanding of this is where I believe people should be is because for myself, when I was younger, I think, you know, we all have flaws, but I grew up in a town where everybody was like a stick figure and I was a little bit heavier set. Well, you know, okay, so when I was younger, I was a stick figure. And then I had asthma growing up. And my dad thought it would be a great idea to put me on like this steroid. And you guys, in a matter of a month, I blew up to a jelly bean. I was just your favorite little gummy bear. And it was like, I can't remember what grade I was in, but it was just like, you know, I went from like this to like this. Kids are mean, you guys. Kids are so mean. And so I remember, you know, my whole family is like athletic. You know, they have like an athletic build. And so I remember one time my aunt saying like, oh, there's, you know, beautiful Jelana and fit Ashley and handsome Aubrey. And then here comes Roly Poly Jay. And I was like, Tia, like, how dare you, you know? But my dad got on her. He was like, don't you talk to my daughter like that. But that just like took a really big hit on me, you know, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just like living my life as a little kid, you know, being free. But then when you listen to all the outside opinions of other people, you start standing in the mirror and self-analyzing yourself. And so I fell into having, you know, eating disorders, and then having using like really big clothing as cloaks. So there was this jacket my mother bought me, and the jacket you guys, it was a winter coat, you know, like a big puffy jacket. It only made me look bigger, but when I put it on, to me, I felt like it hid me, you know, like it concealed me. And I remember one time I wanted to go out with my sisters, and my mom said that I could. And so like I go in, I get ready, and I grab this jacket, and my mom's like, you were not taking that jacket. And you guys, I had like a mental breakdown. You know, I was crying. I'm like, I need this jacket. And then I think that's when my mom's like, wow, there's an issue here, you know? So then my family and my parents really started encouraging me, and bless my brother, I love him. So my mom took me off the steroids, and we just got a regular inhaler. But then my brother, he was in football, and so he started like waking up with me, and like we were working out and preparing my meals and stuff like that. I love that guy. But then like that's where I fell into like, okay, this is health is very important, you know, like health has a really, really big effect on your mental state, you know, not just because of the way what other people say about you, but also because how you're going to feel about yourself. And a very big part of it is how you are presenting yourself to the world and how you want to be seen. If like your insides want to be seen as something, but then you're portraying something else, it is almost like you're lying to your mind, and the subconscious doesn't believe what you tell it. The subconscious, what you tell the subconscious, they don't take it, or even with the subconscious here, it doesn't take it as like true or not true. It just takes it as law, you know? So unless someone is saying something, but you're actively combating that with actions and with words and with your daily work, the subconscious is going to believe what it hears as law, you know? And a lot of times we start moving out of the opinions of others, you know, and we start wearing that as our own truth, and it is not. And so when I say like accepting your flaws, like understand, one, you guys, where you want to be, you know, and that's in every area of your life, you know, whether it's your physical state, business, relationships, you know, your mental state, your spirituality. Understand where you want to be, and then, or understand first where you are, because you could be like, okay, I'm good, I just want to continue to grow and maintain, or you could be like, I suck, you know, and I want to be over here. And then once you know where you are, it's like, okay, where do you want to be? You know, analyze that. You know, what is it gonna take for me to be here? And that would be the third part. Because when you know when you're starting from, you know what work needs to be done to get to where you want to be. And then you can start evaluating, do I want to do this work or not? And I feel like sometimes that's the missing component. Like people are like, this is where I'm at, or this is where I want to be. Or they don't even analyze where they're at. It's just like, this is where I want to be. But so many times, I mean, myself included, you guys, we don't think about the work that it's going to take for us to get there. And then, you know, we go upon sometimes doing things idly and we never get there. And then so because we're never getting there, or we're not even doing steps to get us closer to there, like our mind is not computing that we're moving forward, we fall off. And then that's when people say like, oh, that stuff doesn't work, that's not real, blah, blah, blah. Like, it does work. Like, God is no respecter of person, and you're no better than I am no better than you. So if it's worked for you and it hasn't worked for me, I am the problem. If it's worked for me and it hasn't worked for you, you are the problem, you know? And then being consistent and diligent and accountable with your actions, being accountable with yourself. My brother sent me this quote that this young man was talking about, like, when we have a job, if we have to be at work, we are at work. We're getting up, we're prepping our day so we can go to work. If you go to lunch, you're coming back within 30 minutes or coming back within an hour if that's your lunch break. But then say you're building something, or you're a content creator or whatever, and you tell yourself, oh, I'm going to record this day and this day, or I'm going to post on this day. And, you know, the whole day goes by and you don't do it. It's because of a lack of responsibility. A lack of a responsibility that you have for yourself. No, excuse me. A lack of respect that you have for yourself and for your responsibilities. And the responsibility to yourself, the responsibility for bettering yourself. And I was like, oh, that is so good. Because sometimes I would be like, I'm going to do it this day. And then I'll be like, I'll do it tomorrow. You know, and I'm like, that's why the word says, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Because you never know. But just being diligent and being consistent and being accountable with yourself. But I would always say, you guys, when you are... when you're in the mirror, or when you're, you know, analyzing yourself, always speak to yourself in a positive mind, a positive light. Always speak positive words to you, and make sure your actions follow those positive words. Don't just speak positive words and go and lay down, because then you're doing yourself a disservice, I feel like. But say you are not at your ideal weight, you know, But when you look at yourself, talk about how you love every part of your body and you're in the best shape ever, and you're eating right and your body's working so that it can work for you, and you're taking care of your body so your body's taking care of you. And then do the work. Even if that work is walking every day, do the work and watch things line up, watch things fall into place. And accept yourself in every stage that you're in, because I believe the only way that we can truly be where we want to be is if we're living in the present and loving ourselves in the present, instead of constantly thinking for the future and being like, oh, I want to be here, and oh, I hate these legs, but they're gonna get better. Like, if you don't love yourself now, I bet money you're not gonna love yourself then, because even when you get those nice legs, you're gonna be like, oh, they should be like this, or they should be like this even more. And so every stage that you're in, all the journey that you're going through, accept and acknowledge and love yourself through that journey. So that's all I have for you guys today on this. I love you. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jizzy jazz. If you feel like this could help anyone, and I will see you in the next video.